and zoom back in for the next one. We got Ole Miss heading over to Lexington, Kentucky, taking on the Wildcats. Just somewhat of an ugly game. I think unfortunately at the end there, Austin Simmons, I kind of tuned in to this live towards the end again, and it looked like, I guess, Austin Simmons picked up an injury, and Trinidad Chilbliss, the backup quarterback, had to come in. Didn't make a single throw, but was good enough to help Ole Miss win 30-23. This was one of the, I guess, games that we got right for sure. We were super close in terms of our score prediction difference. I think we had a 13-point difference. Ended up being just 7. Would have been 10. Kentucky, I think, got that last 3 points, so we would have been even closer, to be quite honest with you. But this is kind of a good sign that Ole Miss's defense, again, the year of the defense, I think, is 2025. Then on top of that, their offense seems to know how to exploit teams in good ways. We already talking about that in our preview on how they could get the ball back onto the ball as soon as a play gets off. That's one thing we're going to definitely see it. They have a ton of weapons that they just brought in that Lane Kiffin is going to be able to use throughout this season and hopefully stay healthy. I think that was the big issue last season, and just having a healthy lineup going into some big games. This one was technically a big game because it was their first SEC conference game, which they're now 1-0 in. And that's going to be big because they have somewhat of a tough road. And it's not too far down the line, some of those tough games that they have on their slate. For Kentucky, our big question was, are they going to have enough firepower? Their quarterback, Calzada, only threw for 85 yards against Toledo, an interception, no touchdown passes. Him in this game, I mean, wasn't much better. It wasn't definitely good enough. He got 149 yards. Again, no touchdown passes, no interceptions. I guess maybe that's an improvement. But yeah, they just did not have much of an offense, to be quite honest with you. It was mostly them. I don't want to say kind of coming back. I think it was a little bit of a back and forth there in the first half, but Ole Miss then pulled away. But they just don't have that extra gear for this Wildcat offense. And the guy that got shut down, who had a great first week, was Dante Dowdell. He kind of had that big play that kind of padded his stats for 129 yards against Toledo with a rushing touchdown. Here he only had 56 yards for 14 carries, which was all right. Seth McGowan was the guy that got a hell of a lot more yardage with his touches for 15 carries, 93 yards. But it's, again, the receiving when you need it. You get into 3rd and long scenarios with a quarterback that can not really throw it against, I would say, Ole Miss's defense. It's going to be up there in the SEC. I don't think it's going to be a top 3 or maybe even 5 defense, but you know, it's Southeastern Conference. All the defenses usually are pretty stacked with talent. Just how they, again, gonna line up. If you have guys injured, if you guys have not guys at 100%, but they're still ready to go, that can really affect your day there on a SEC Saturday. Austin Simmons, again, he went 2 for 35. We were concerned about his first half kind of performance. The week before against Georgia State, he threw an interception there in that beginning of that game. We were kind of predicting first quarter interceptions is kind of a thing with this guy, and if I'm not mistaken, I think he threw 2 of them in the first quarter. It was kind of weird how that went off. It kind of slowed down Ole Miss, but they were able to re-get things going, even with a missed field goal there in the first quarter. Able to not really ponder on those mistakes, but be able to reload, get back into it, and overcome. That was kind of the big thing of this team kind of getting over that hump, especially against Kentucky last year. That tough loss, 20-17 at home. To kind of get one back there in Lexington, I think is a good thing. Again, our points difference was a 13-point difference, ended up being 7. We were a little right there, almost there on the exact points. One guy that I brought up who I thought was going to be a difference. He didn't register a single reception. Was their tight end Taquan Wright. I thought he would have been big in the red zone for Ole Miss, but again, that was a little weird to see him not get any kind of touches. I guess maybe Kentucky took my recommendation on him being a big difference and made him non-existent. But yeah, that was Ole Miss versus Kentucky. Very good game for Lane Kiffin in that debut. They just again ran away with it. K1 Lacey had a great game on the ground, 138 yards for 28 carries with a nice touchdown to add to it. And hopefully Austin Simmons is all right. I don't know what the situation would exactly be with Trinidad Travelers going forward, but it would not be as effective through the air. But even with, let's say Austin Simmons comes back next week, he's definitely not going to be 100%. So he's going to have to be concerned about that, and then protecting the ball in the early halves of any game for Ole Miss. I think that might be a problem going forward just in general. But regardless, they still get the win 30-23 there.